Please welcome the engineers. Once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Rensselaer in Houston Fieldhouse for tonight's ECAC matchup between Quinnipiac and your homestanding engineers of Rensselaer. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, the visiting Bobcats from Quinnipiac. Starting in the goal, number 34, Michael Gardick. At left defense, number 22, Dan Federico. At right defense, number 4, Connor Clifton. The starting forward line for Quinnipiac, at left wing, number 7, Sam Annis. The starting center, number 20, Matthew Pekka. And at right wing, number 16, Landon Smith. The rest of the Quinnipiac Bobcats, their head coach is Ram Pecknold. Now let's meet the starting lineup for the engineers of RPI. Tonight's RPI starting lineup brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts' new dark roast blend features a bold start and a smooth finish, just like your engineers. And leading your engineers on the ice tonight, please welcome the junior engineer, Abby Owens. Starting in goal for the engineers, a junior from Winnipeg, Manitoba, number 33, Jason Gastor. At left defense, a senior captain from Napanee, Ontario, number 10, Curtis Leonard. At right defense, a freshman from Oakville, Ontario, number 19, Michael Prempovesis. The starting forwards for the engineers, at left wing, he's a freshman from Stockholm, Sweden, number 12, Victor Lilgegren. At center, a senior from Bud Lake, Michigan, number 7, Zach Schrader. And at right wing, a senior from Toronto, Ontario, number 21, Mark McGowan. The rest of the engineers, their head coach is Seth Eppert. The assistant coaches, Brian Vines and Nolan Grant. Now we ask that you please rise as the RPI Pep Band will play the National Anthem of Canada. Now, we direct your attention to the east end of the ice near the Zamboni door where the Birchwood Elementary Chorus is gathered to sing the national anthem of the United States of America.
We'd like to thank the Rensselaer Union, which provides the funding for WRPI and all club-related activity of the Institute. That includes WRPI's coverage of hockey, football, and baseball. As a reminder, WRPI is on the World Wide Web. Point your browser to WRPI.org, and you can pick up WRPI's broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So long as WRPI is broadcasting, we will provide the broadcast on your internet feed. Once again, that is WRPI.org. WRPI Sports is seeking current RPI students to make live calls of athletic events such as this one. There are opportunities this season to get on the air for men's and women's hockey. For more information or express interest, contact us at wrpi-sports@rpi.edu.
The children's chorus still making its way off the ice, and they also have to get the rugs off the ice with them, so we'll be delayed a little bit starting out today's action. Quinnipiac is in their road blue. Blue and yellow, dark blue and yellow, like the Quinnipiac colors. I think it looks pretty good. RPI in their home whites, with the red helmets and the red pants. It'll be RPI going right to left, Quinnipiac left to right across your radio dial in this first period of play. Quinnipiac comes in under head coach Rand Pecknold with a 6-2-1 record, 3-0-0 in the ECAC. They are tied for second in the ECAC based on points. RPI under head coach Seth Appert, 5-6-0, 4-1 in the ECAC. They are first in terms of points. This is WRPI Troy with Engineer Hockey from the Houston Fieldhouse. Kurt Stutt, Ryan Clark on the call for you tonight. First time Ryan and I have been in the new press box to broadcast a game. Our last performance was the Saturday night Bentley debacle, we'll call it that. It was a bad performance by RPI. And we were up on the catwalk. This is our first time downstairs for the action. So bear with us as we kind of get used to this. Face-off at center ice, and we are underway here in Troy. Puck goes over to the far ice side. Racing after it was McGowan. Got there, but couldn't get a stick on it, and it's taken by Quinnipiac. Clifton, there are two Cliftons on the ice. That was going to be Connor Clifton. Had the puck around the near side. Sent to the far side. Engineers keep it in the Quinnipiac zone. In the far ice corner. Schrader for the Engineers. Tries to move it ahead. Can't. Knocked ahead by Pekka. It goes out into the neutral zone high and comes back down and taken by the Engineers. Leonard has it on the near ice side. Up ahead for Schrader. Dumps the puck into the net. Or probably the zone, not the net. RPI going off, taking a change. Quinnipiac, can they get possession of the puck? Yes, they do. Bobcats have it. Pekka tries to send it down ice. It hits off one person. Goes to Landon Smith. There are two Smiths on the ice on the squad tonight for Quinnipiac. There's another third pair of names that match as well. Engineers clear to the neutral zone, but it's gloved down and taken the other way by Quinnipiac. Backhander towards the net. Hits Pieper. That's the third set of names. That one is Bo Pieper. Bad luck, buddy. And the Engineers will get it, and they'll move it out into the neutral zone. So there are three sets of names on the ice for Quinnipiac, and there's a fourth set not playing tonight. So we'll try to straighten all that out as time goes along. Engineers dump the puck into the Quinnipiac zone early on here in the first period. No score, RPI versus Quinnipiac. Bobcats dump it down ice. They get a tip by Bo Pieper, and the puck goes into the Engineers zone. Quinnipiac changing up all their on-ice personnel. Jared Wilson had it along the near ice board, sent it back behind the net. RPI waiting, and finally Reno moves it out, gets to the blue line. Reno dishes it off to the far ice side, broken up by Quinnipiac. They can't possess, though, in the neutral zone, and it goes back to Wilson. Cross ice to Reno. Blue line, up ahead, Bornabay sends the puck into the Quinnipiac zone, on the far ice side. DeVito tries to send it along the half boards. Gets some help by Reno, who pinched down low. DeVito had to retreat to take his position at the point, and now it's cleared out of there by Quinnipiac. Augusta dumps the puck with a backhand into the near ice corner. Engineers get there first, try to clear it around the boards. Federico has it on the far side, dumps the puck back behind the net. Let's take it around to the near ice side. Can RPI get it out of the zone? Fulton has it underneath him, pops up, hits a player, comes down, and it goes to Carson Pieper, who takes the puck into the corner, loses it, whoa, off the post as it got deflected right out front by McMaster. As Quinnipiac fed it from the corner, found McMaster, goes off the post, and it stays out, though. We're still scoreless here in the first period. Back down to Connor Clifton in the neutral zone. Quinnipiac brings it across once more, and now we've got offsides against the Engineers. Still no score here in the first period.
Yeah,
Ryan's
Clifton there
to
taking
be
a
the
shot in the
sponsor of
blue line,
tonight's
and
Jugger Puck
McMaster,
contest.
he kind of just turned around, and he was also
Purchase
surprised with
your
the shot
vote
coming
before
right
the
at
end
him.
of the second
And he
period
just kind of
and
just came together with his stick.
Ryan's Wake
Just
Jugger
got
Puck
a just
competition.
grabbed a piece of that and
Ryan's
deflected
Wake
the other way, and
proud to
Castor
support RPI
had no
Athletics.
time. And luckily for him, it hit the post and went the other way.
Minute 45 into the game here in Troy. No score as we have a somewhat late arriving crowd. Engineers win the faceoff. Move the puck into the Quinnipiac zone, but can't possess along the half boards, and it's moved out of there by the Bobcats. Smith, offsides against Quinnipiac as Landon Smith brought it across the blue line. Also, that's Cannon Piper, not Carson Pieper, pardon me. Cannon Pieper, not Carson Pieper. Okay, so there's two Piepers, there's two Cliftons, and there's two Smiths. That's what we have out there for Quinnipiac.
Like the recruit with the family.
Yeah, and there's a fourth pair. There's a pair of brothers that aren't playing at all tonight. Quinnipiac wins the faceoff, dumped the puck in, it hits Leonard, didn't see where it was. Engineer is able to recover from that to the far ice side. McGowan has it, crosses the blue line, and he gets to the neutral zone. Right in front of the Quinnipiac bench on the far side, Bobcats lose the puck. Schrader takes it, has to wait for his team to touch up and get onside. Along the near ice boards, Engineers lose the puck, and it's cleared back to the RPI zone. Icing, is it going to happen? Nope. Leonard has to go back and play this one. Had to keep it away, actually, from Shutt. And that forces RPI to, well, play it and not get an icing. Engineers in the neutral zone lose the puck again. Liljegren lost it in front of the Quinnipiac bench, and it's dumped down into the RPI zone. Leonard takes it behind the net for the Engineers, avoiding Pekka. Pekka's on the pressure. Engineers to Schrader. To Leonard, center. Papavesis on the near side. Sends the puck into the zone, to the Quinnipiac zone, but RPI is outmanned. It's a 5-on-2 there in Quinnipiac's favor. Can't get the puck out, though. Kind of the Bobcats. It's kind of sloppy here right now in the first period. Finally, Quinnipiac gets the puck out of the zone. Almost a break in the other direction by Annis, but the Engineers were able to get back in time. RPI fans and trying to clear the puck out of the zone. Finally bring it across to the near side. Bokenfor sends it down ice, and the puck's in the near ice corner. Engineers Wilson tries a centering pass. That hits off somebody. Quinnipiac player is injured. Federico looked like he was a little hurt, but now he gets up, gets to the puck, skates it, and dumps it into the air farther down ice. Landon Smith had it fall behind him. Couldn't turn around and get it, and that allows RPI to counterattack. Wood has it. Wood tries to make a move, but it's intercepted by Connor Clifton, and he clears the puck to the neutral zone. Engineers touch up and bring it back across the blue line. RPI switching up personnel behind this. Bobcats with possession of the puck, behind their own net, off the boards, nicely played to Bo Pieper, and he gets the puck into the neutral zone. St. Denis had it underneath him. Now Bo Pieper follows up the puck as it goes into the corner. Quinnipiac, they lose a player. Falls down in the corner. Now back out to center point to the near ice face-off circle. Controlled by Quinnipiac, face-off circle. Shot hits off an Engineer, and it's taken by RPI and cleared out. No score here, 14:40 to go, period number one. Wilson centers centered in. Engineers had a man out front. They take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a defensive breakdown with Quinnipiac there. And he should have backed up more as the breakout was happening. He had two guys from the right side on him, and he just dumped it past him. The defensive Wilson just took it in, and then a nice lead-up pass, cross-ice pass right in front. Gartig and Lou Nanny there at the doorstep, and just the kind of deflection in, backhand in there, and beats him on his far glove side. And it's RPI getting the 1-0 lead. That
was really an innocuous play. It didn't look like anything was going to happen out of that, and then suddenly RPI scored. 1-0 Engineers here at the Houston Fieldhouse, leading the Quinnipiac Bobcats. Face-off goes into the RPI zone. Engineers get some space.
RPI's
Leonard on the
first
far
goal
side,
is
off
brought
the
to you by
glass,
Dunkin' Donuts'
shot
new
down at the
Dark
blue
Roast
line,
coffee.
goes into the zone
And it
briefly
was
and cleared out by
scored
Quinnipiac.
by number 23,
Bobcats the other way.
Lou Nanny.
Clifton takes a shot from the far right side. That
He was assisted by number
on the
13,
shot,
Jared Wilson.
but it's saved by Kasdorf. Engineers
And by number
get some more
25,
space.
Drew
Leonard on the near
Melanson.
side. Tries to
Time
dump
of
it
the goal,
down ice.
5 minutes,
It hits
22
shot.
seconds.
Go over to the far right
RPI
side.
goal
RPI
scored
turns it
by-
over to Quinnipiac, just barely onside are the Bobcats as the puck's along the far half boards. Engineers don't kick it out as it was underneath an RPI player. Into the corner. Bobcats back out to center point. Connor Clifton takes a shot. That hits an Engineer and is cleared out by RPI. Quinnipiac has to touch up. 13:30 to go here, first period. 1-0 Engineers lead. Along the near ice boards, Wood has to go underneath him. Taze takes it for Quinnipiac, sends the puck over to the far side. Typhonworth sent it cross ice. The Engineers intercept, dumped into the Quinnipiac zone, pardon me. Now, Cannon Pieper has trouble handling the puck. Behind the net, round to the far ice side. Quinnipiac, they'll clear it out. McMaster has it along the blue line. Connor Clifton eases it into the RPI zone, turns it right over to the Engineers. Schrader has it, sends it over to the far ice side. RPI trying to gear this one up ice. Spoken for on the near side, tries to backhand it. Puck gets tied up in front of the referees, or the penalty boxes, pardon me. Finally dumped in by RPI. They're changing up personnel after the dump in. 12:40 to go here, first period, 1-0, Engineers on top. Barron crosses the blue line, sends it into the slot. Nobody there but the Engineers. RPI clears, but turn it over to the Bobcats in the neutral zone. They bring it back across the blue line. Far ice side shot saved by Kasdorf. Rebound, he swipes aside into the near ice corner. Engineers can't clear the puck out. Turnaround shot by Annes is wide of the net, goes off the boards around to the far point. Kept in by Quinnipiac. Behind the net around to the near ice side. Bobcats can't keep it in this time. Engineers able to clear. Neutral zone, Landon Smith feeds it back. Derek Smith over to the far ice side. Barron. Now back to Tim Clifton. Dumps the puck down low. Quinnipiac has it in the near ice corner. Back out to center point. Shot hits an Engineer. Bounces around along the blue line. Kept in by Quinnipiac. They have it along the far ice half boards. Into the corner. Centering pass. Gets deflected. Goes into the near ice corner. Typhonworth was the one who centered that one. Puck goes back out to the point. Augusta, I don't know if he, nope, he didn't keep it in. Quinnipiac would have been offsides. RPI then sends it down ice for an icing call. Not sure why RPI did that, but it'll be icing.
Right now, as RPI did a pretty good job in this, keeping them pinched in the blue line, and also defensively just kind of win the battles and getting the puck out. But here, Quinnipiac, you just don't want to make any mistakes. Quinnipiac is known to actually really capitalize on them very quickly. So we now have a face-off here to the left of Kasdorf, icing, fraction to the Engineers.
Tim Clifton against the Liberté to the left of Kasdorf. 1-0 RPI leads in the first. Puck's tied up on the face-off circle, taken by the Engineers. Neutral zone, the Liberté backhands the puck deep. He'll go off for a change. RPI had to keep the personnel on the ice because of the icing call. Nanny, who scored the goal for RPI, the only goal in today's game in the far corner, couldn't get possession of it. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. Leonard stops it at his own blue line. Cross ice pass. Melanson, whoops, didn't play the puck in time. Shutt comes in, intercepts that. Face-off circle, back into the middle. Back, no shot taken by Tim Clifton. He was alone against Kasdorf, never got a shot off. Now at the point, shot looks like that went off Kasdorf, comes loose out, and the Engineers have it, but haven't cleared the zone yet. Quinnipiac is changing as RPI pulls the puck behind their net. Now to the neutral zone, goes right to Connor Clifton. He dumps it in. Quinnipiac touches up. 10:40 to go in the first. 1-0 RPI leads. Behind the net, Fulton. Far right side, Schrader. Near side, Leonard. Sends a puck into the corner to the left of Gartig, the goaltender for Quinnipiac. Puck along the far ice boards. Cleared out by the Bobcats into the neutral zone. McMaster had trouble handling that puck. Lost it to the Engineers, dumped in on net, and Gartig will just cover that one up. Didn't want to take any chances with Schrader coming down towards him.
Let's go to the RPI's goal there. It's 5:22 of the first period. And of course, Lou Nanny, as we mentioned, is the goal scorer, and assist going to Jared Wilson and Drew Mellinson. 10-12 here left in the first period. RPI with a 1-0 lead. We have a face-off here in the Quinnipiac's defensive zone to the left of Gartig.
Schrader against Pekka goes into the corner. And we're going to call this one a Quinnipiac win as they first get possession of it. Landon Smith has to go off his stick down ice. No icing. Smith goes into the corner along with Bokenfour. Both of them battling for the puck. Pekka joins that battle. Along the half boards, Engineers able to get it out to the neutral zone. Liljegren knocks it up ahead. He's got it along the half boards into the slot, and kind of fanning on that one was McGowan. He had it, and he didn't get all of it, and it was not really a good shot on goal. And now we've got a whistle for puck going out of play.
Yes, it was a kind of deflection right out of the zone. It just kind of flicked up in the Quinnipiac zone. Yeah, that was a great opportunity right there. I think the puck was just kind of on edge, bouncing a little bit, and he just didn't get the meat of it. I was just slightly deflected by the defense there and went the other direction.
Good D by Quinnipiac prevents that shot opportunity. Quinnipiac gets the puck after the faceoff, brings it into the RPI zone. Engineers can't clear. Shot from the far point. Gets deflected, goes into the far corner. St. Denis couldn't follow up on that. Puck goes to the point, and it just goes past Federico at the point. Quinnipiac has to touch up. They dumped it in. Kasdorf stops it behind the net for his D. 9:10 to go first period. 1-0 Engineers lead Quinnipiac. Wilson dumps the puck in from the blue line for RPI. Quinnipiac kind of slow playing this, gives RPI an opportunity. Now a deflection goes towards the net. Wasn't even a pass. It wasn't a shot. It was a pass that got deflected and goes in towards Gartig. Doesn't go in the net though. Puck through the far half boards. Quinnipiac can't clear it out. Shot from the point misses the net. Engineers maintaining possession in the Quinnipiac zone. Liberté can't follow up in the corner. Puck past everybody, goes over to the far ice side, then stopped on the far side by Reno. He can't dump it down ice. Quinnipiac will backhand the puck into the RPI zone, and they're going to change up their personnel. Brepovesis dumps the puck into the RPI zone, goes off for a change. Quinnipiac has it. Shut. Over to the far ice side. Bobcats into the zone. Try a centering pass. Tim Clifton doesn't get to the puck. Now a wraparound attempt saved by Kasdorf as he just stayed up along the post as Cannon Pieper tried to wrap around. Engineers get the puck to the neutral zone. Turn it over to the Bobcats. On the near side, Augusta brings the puck across the blue line. Can't get in towards the net. Leonard defends that one well, got positioning and got the puck. Engineers get some space as Quinnipiac starts backing up. Over on the far ice side, Miller brings the puck across the blue line, goes into the corner with it. There's a stick there, a broken stick in that corner that's impeding the puck's progress through along, well, as it goes along the boards or whatnot. Engineers on the far side inadvertently knock the puck out of the zone, and it goes back to RPI's territory. 7.5 to go here, first period. 1-0, Engineers on top. Melanson across the blue line with the puck, tries to make a move, but he loses the puck in the process. Bobcats, they'll try to counterattack. 4-on-2 briefly here. Moving towards the net, Pekka falls down, takes the net out. The subsequent shot never would have counted as the net was well off its moorings. And we'll get a whistle. And is that a penalty? That's a tripping call.
Tripping, yeah.
Quinnipiac gets the first power play of the game.
Yeah, RPI here, that was a great opportunity, great speed that they made there. It's just like I mentioned before, they're very dangerous on that rush. And came in and he's trying to loop around, come forward, backhand to forehand on Kasdorf, and the stick there just got right under his skates and just wiped him out. That's Bokenfour there going off, tripping. 7:16 here in the first period. RPI with a 1-0 lead.
Quinnipiac clicking at a 31.7% rate on the power play coming into today's game. Face off to the left of Kasdorf. Goes towards the net. never on net. As Quinnipiac tried to swing it that way, it got knocked back behind the net. Half boards, Engineers get it and clear it down the length of the ice. Garte comes out to play the puck. Keeps it away from Schrader. Near side, Tays. Up along to St. Denis. Pass Landon Smith, neutral zone. Stopped by Leonard. Where did the puck go? Popped up into the air, and suddenly Landon Smith had it in front of him. Tried to move it across ice. Couldn't. The Engineers get it. Sky one, and that goes down ice. RPI finishing up a change as Quinnipiac tries to gear up this power play. 1:25 to go in the man advantage for the Bobcats. 1-0 Engineers lead here in the first. Quinnipiac into the neutral zone. At the blue line, blind backhand pass is intercepted by the Engineers. RPI's Miller tries to get this one out. He does, goes to the neutral zone. Tays has it, sent it cross ice to nobody, and that allows RPI to send it down the rest of the way. 6:20 to go in the first, a little over a minute to go in this power play. 1-0 Engineers lead, Quinnipiac on the man advantage. Neutral zone, Bobcats up ahead, looking to hit Taverner. He gets the puck behind the net. Taverner comes to the near ice corner, back out to Augusta at the point. Now center point to Federico, over to the far ice side, shot, net rises. I think it actually, the Annis shot hit somebody, went up and hit the glass. Comes down, the Engineers ultimately get the puck, clear it down ice. Gardick has to stop it. 35 seconds to go on the Quinnipiac power play. Shots on goal right now, even, 3 apiece. Although RPI leads in the most important stat, the scoreboard 1-0. Across the blue line come the Bobcats. Back behind the net, another penalty coming up against RPI. As behind the net, McMaster went down. And what are they going to call? It's another tripping call against RPI. I guess that's the call of the day.
Almost kind of looked like a boarding, but actually more of a trip, and then kind of fell right into the boards, and this is going to be tough. Yeah, it's a stick
that's
that
a trip.
Gets down, and and that's Prepavessis going off there, just kind of wiping the stick, trying to get the puck, gets his skates instead. And now this is going to be a true test for the penalty kill for the Engineers. Got 19 seconds, face off their own zone. The win here, the face-off is going to be absolutely crucial. So if they can get the win and clear it out, they won't give Quinnipiac any time to set up and hopefully go back to a 5-on-4.
Well, they lose the face-off. Quinnipiac's shot goes over the glove of Kasdorf as it's a 5-on-3 for another 10 seconds. Quinnipiac still possesses, down low in the face-off circle. Back out to Augusta. Augusta waits, feeds it into the center slot area. Now, face-off circle shot, save Kasdorf, loose out front, Engineers clear. That does it for the 5-on-3.
Big clear right there.
1:40 to go on this second penalty, the second power play for Quinnipiac tonight. Little over 5 to go here in the first. 1-0, RPI is on top. Bobcats. Annis brings the puck across the blue line. Annis in the slot, backhander, misses the net. Puck behind the net. Annis gets it back again. Out into the center slot to St. Denis. St. Denis turns, takes a shot that hits an Engineer out front. RPI is able to clear. Shot was blocked by the RPI D. 1:10 to go on the power play for Quinnipiac. Bobcats setting up. Annis across the blue line. St. Denis comes in to take the puck as he fell down. St. Denis feeds it back to Pekka. To St. Denis along the boards. Quinnipiac down low to the side of the net. No shot available. Past St. Denis, past Pekka, and out of the zone. Engineers clear again. 45 seconds left in the Quinnipiac power play. 4:15 to go in the first. 1-0 RPI. Bobcats waiting. Augusta waited for his team before starting to head down ice. Augusta crosses the blue line. His shot saved by Kasdorf. Goes to the far side. Tim Clifton gets knocked up against the boards. Puck's underneath him. 20 seconds to go in the power play. We've got another whistle against whom? A high stick call.
Stick coming up, and
That's against RPI.
it is, and that's
Parker Reno.
Okay. Parker Reno, so we're going to have another 5-on-3 for pretty much almost the same time, 18 seconds.
17 seconds on TV, 18 seconds on the scoreboard. I just noticed that.
Yeah, there's a discrepancy.
Oh, I see the high stick. Yeah, I saw where his stick was up high, and the Bobcat came along and got hit by it. That's why he got called. Augusta has the puck after the faceoff. 10 seconds of a 5-on-3. Down low. Quinnipiac doesn't take a shot. Augusta sends it down low once again. Shot saved by Kasdorf, and he gets the whistle with 3 seconds left in the 5-on-3.
Now RPI, they're getting a little bit lucky there because it seemed like the two guys are just getting bunched up, and then what you want to do is kind of play more zone and try to, increase your presence and cover as much surface area of the ice. But there we got two guys kind of bunched up, and Quinnipiac wasn't exactly passing as they probably would want to get that puck moving around and get the goalie faked out.
Face-off won by Quinnipiac in the slot, backhander, score! St. Denis picks up the goal for Quinnipiac to tie it at 1, but the original, it's a 5-on-4.
At the moment they scored, so
yes, it was a 5-on-4, so all the power plays are wiped out at this point.
There was Ennis there. Was it
St. Denis?
St. Denis. He won the baseball came back to him, and he skated really fast, and he just made the backhand line shot, catching Kastorf kind of off guard as he was going from right to left, and just kind of beat him just far side, stick side on him down low, and I think Quinnipiac gets the tying goal. All right, now they're having a discussion here whether or not exactly when the goal scored, maybe, not sure, but there's some conference, some discussion at the Quinnipiac
Well, when did
bench.
that second penalty occur? You didn't write it down.
I didn't get that one.
I believe it was a 5-on-4. There were only 3 seconds left. So we're back to 5-a-side here at the Fieldhouse, tied at 1 as Quinnipiac picks up the power play goal on power play number 3. So they're 1 for 3 on the man advantage. RPI hasn't gotten an advantage yet. Prapavesis with the puck in the far corner of the RPI zone, loses it. The Bobcats have it. Now we've got a penalty in this Bobcat interference against Quinnipiac. RPI gets a power play.
In the offensive zone, that's something you always never want to see in a team here, but RPI now getting their first power play opportunity tonight after Quinnipiac had consecutive 3 power plays going to them. Finally capitalizing on the third one.
RPI 4 for 36 on the man advantage this year. That's 11.1%. Quinnipiac can't clear. Gloved out of the air by Prapavesis at the blue line. Near side for Leonard. Tim Clifton in the box for the interference goal. Engineer shot from the far side. Blocked by the Quinnipiac D and cleared out by Connor Clifton. So Tim Clifton is in the box. Connor Clifton is still out there for the Bobcats. 2:45 to go here, period number 1. RPI in the power play for another minute and a half. Tied at 1. Engineers, Melanson crosses the blue line, takes a shot. Gartig just sticks that one into the corner. Quinnipiac killing 79.6% of the power plays against them this year. Not as good numbers as they normally have. Leonard gets the puck at the point. Cross ice pass. Prapavesis on the far side puts the puck into the corner. Quinnipiac in the corner, try to move it out front. Do they get it? Yeah, Quinnipiac's going to get it, and the Bobcats will clear it down ice. They'll take a change on the penalty kill unit with 1 minute exactly to go in this RPI power play. Fed down ice by Kastorf, and the team didn't see that. Now a shot from the neutral zone is gloved down by Kastorf. He fed it into the neutral zone. RPI's power play unit did not see the puck coming, and as a result didn't play it. Bourbonnais crosses the blue line, near side for McGowan. Backhands the puck into the near corner. Back towards McGowan. Somebody broke a stick. That's an engineer. RPI's got a guy out there without a stick. That is Volkenfor, who ends up going back to the bench to get some more lumber. Puck on the far side. Now out towards the blue line. Big shot. Saved by Gartig off the face mask. Back to Wilson, who took that shot. He's at the blue line. Takes another shot, and that's gloved by Gartig. I think that was going wide, but he'll take the glove. He'll glove it, take the break, and get his team a chance to change.
And get the face off here. Yeah, we get fresh legs out there. 19 seconds remaining in the power play for the Engineers. RPI kind of struggling early on to kind of set up in their zone. Just probably the last 30 seconds they weren't able to get it there, but nothing actually, any good decent shots or scoring opportunities.
The Liberté can't win the face-off to the left of Gartig. Bobcats send it out of play inadvertently. Face-off back in the zone.
And just about knocks 5 seconds off there. 14 seconds remaining on the penalty. There to Tim Clifton, the interference. First power play opportunity for the Engineers. Game here is tied at 1 with 1:25 left in the first.
Face-off to the left of Gartig. Bobcats try to clear it out, kept in at the point by Hampton. Puck into the corner. 5 seconds to go on this RPI power play. Barring a terrific play, no goals on it. Shot saved by Gartig. Had that gone in, that would not have been a power play goal. That was a Hampton shot from the far side.
1:29 here left in the first period. RPI and Quinnipiac tied at 1. I'm sorry, 1:09. You're correct there. Face off here to the left, the Gartic Engineers. Now it's Quinnipiac gets their man back here, so we have 5 aside, full strength on both sides.
That happened right after the Hampton shot, or right before, pardon me, the Hampton shot. Well, around the time the shot was taken. Connor Clifton behind the net as everybody's they're playing grape hockey over on the far side. Everybody was bunched together. Puck's along the blue line. Engineers have touched up. Backhand the puck into the zone. Bobcats move the puck over to the near side. DeVito is there for RPI, tries to kick it around. Gets a stick on it, pulls it out of the air as it popped up. DeVito on his backhand, on his forehand, behind the net. DeVito out to the point for Leonard. Takes a shot that bounces off a Bobcat and goes into the neutral zone. Leonard tried to glove it down and send it down ice, but it wasn't going to work. His team was offsides. 30 seconds to go here in period number 1. Tied at 1, RPI versus Quinnipiac. Puck sent over to the far ice side. Pekka dumps it down ice. He's going off for a change. Engineers get it. Leonard around to the near side. 15 seconds to go in this first period. Melanson feeds it back to the far corner. Engineers try to get it out to the neutral zone. Don't. Bobcats that stopped it at the point. Now they'll lose it, and Melanson has it for RPI. He sends it down ice. Schrader gets tied up with a Bobcat at the blue line. That'll do it for the first period as the puck stays in the corner to the left of Gartig, where he'll be exiting after this first period's ended. They are tied at 1 here in Troy.
Well, you know, RPI, I think they came out exactly how they wanted to. Defensively, I think they did for the 2 power plays they had, even on the 5-on-3. I got to give them a lot of credit for holding Quinnipiac, who was very strong in the man advantage. Some of the defensively, like some great things that Engineers actually blocking shots was actually really helped them out and kind of forced Quinnipiac to kind of change their offensive play a little bit. It's excellent for the Engineers to get on the board early on and just kind of, you know, even strength goal, but, you know, it's something that did not look like anything was going to come out of the play. It was a great rush from Engineers to actually make something happen, and Lou Nanny the credit with Wilson making a nice feed out there. So I think...
I'm here with Lou Nanny of the RPI Engineers, who scored the first goal of the game this evening. Lou, what was your strategy behind that goal?
I don't know if there was too much of a strategy, but what ended up happening was, you know, just an odd man rush, 3-on-2, and you know, when you have something like that happen, you got to have someone go to the front of the net, drive net hard, and just so fortunate enough to have it, you know, bounce off the back of my stick. It was a nice pass by Jared Wilson and good first initial pass by Drew Melanson.
How does playing Quinnipiac differ from last night's game against Princeton?
I was not on the team last year, actually, but I can, actually, I can't even answer that question.
Last night?
Oh, last night. I thought you said last year. Sorry. No, I mean, it's, you know, a little bit similar play. They come hard on the forecheck, and I guess the difference is right now their forwards aren't finishing their checks, but they're forcing us to throw away the puck. So what we have to do is just have a little more patience with the puck and, you know, get the puck deep and work it low, just like we did against Princeton.
All right, so you're tied 1-1 right now. What's going to be the game plan next period?
I don't know. I mean, I think just get to the net hard, because that's how we scored the majority of our goals this year. And, I mean, it's all going to start with defense. So we just got to start from the defensive zone and hopefully get quick transitions, get to the front of their net as quick as we can.
All right, thank you so much for your time. That was Lou Nanny of the Engineers. You're watching Engineers Hockey on RPI TV. Thank you.
Don't forget, for all your banking, insurance, and investment needs, visit SetView. Lucy Street and Troy are here on campus at the Rensselaer Union. RPI Hockey and Troy Albany Hockey Association have joined forces on the quest to provide Thanksgiving Day meals to every Capital District resident. With the support of our great fans and RPI community, we can collect individual food cups and support equinox in their endeavors to service our community. offices are located in the main lobby of History Fieldhouse. We thank you for your support. Hey fans, don't forget to visit the Engineers Pro Shop located across from the concession stand behind Section 2. They offer t-shirts, fitted hats, puck glasses, game pucks, and more. Stop by and check out all the RPI gear. And shop online, the RPI online store at rpifanshop.com. Ryan's Wake, proud to support RPI Athletics. Head downtown after the game. Check out the new pub kitchen at Ryan's Wake.
What's your strategy behind that goal?
I don't know if it was too much of a strategy, but what ended up happening was, it's an automatic rush 3-on-2, and when you have something like that happen, you have someone go over the front of the net, driving it hard. Just so fortunate enough to have it, it's a nice pass by Jared Wilson and get first initial pass by Jared Wilson.
How does something Quinnipiac differ from last night's game against Princeton?
I was not on the team last year, actually, but I did not recognize it. Oh, that's my place in last year. Sorry. No, I mean, it's a little bit similar play. They are unfortunate, and I guess the difference is right now their forwards are finishing their checks, but they're forcing us to throw away the puck. So what we have to do is just have a little more patience with the puck and get the puck to even work it low, just like we did against Princeton.
All right, so you're tied 1-1 right now. What's going to be the game plan this period?
I don't know. I mean, I think just gets in that hard because that's how we scored the majority of our goals this year. And it's all going to start with defense. So we just got to start from the defensive zone and hopefully get quick transitions, get to the front end as quick as we can.
All right, thank you so much for your time.
RPI Hockey would like to thank GE, Bose, Sefcu, CDPHB, The Rock, Boucher and Clark Financial Group, Jenny Montgomery Scott, Price Drop, Afsco Fence, Yankee Trails, Red Front Pizza, Tri-City Rentals, Dunkin' Donuts, Army, Troy Cabinet Makers, Ben and Jerry's, Warren W. Fame, William J. Keller and Sons Construction, and Tri-City Valley Cats. All proud sponsors of RPI Hockey.
Good evening, hockey fans. We are live once more here at the Houston Fieldhouse on the campus of Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in Troy, New York. My name is Ryan Clark, and I'm joined by Kurt Stott on your home for Engineer Hockey 91.5 FM, WRPI Troy. RPI Engineers taking on the Quinnipiac University Bobcats in this ECAC conference matchup. After one period of play, RPI 1, Quinnipiac 1. Before we begin the second period, we'd like to thank the Rensselaer Union, which provides the funding for WRPI and all club-related activity of the Institute. That includes WRPI's coverage of hockey, football, and baseball. As a reminder, WRPI is on the World Wide Web. Point your browser to WRPI.org, and you can pick up WRPI's broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So long as WRPI is broadcasting, we will provide the broadcast on your internet feed. Once again, that is WRPI.org. WRPI Sports is seeking current RPI students to make live calls of athletic events such as this one. There are opportunities this season to get on the air for men's and women's hockey. For more information or to express interest, contact us at wrpi-sports@rpi.edu.
The teams have switched sides. It'll be RPI going left to right, Quinnipiac right to left across your radio dial in period number 2. So 20 minutes into broadcasting from the press box instead of the catwalk, what are you thinking there, Ryan?
The angle's different. Now we got kind of a, but we do have a nice TV and all our like setups in front of us instead of behind us. So anytime that we need to look at our laptops, at least our back's not to the play of the game.
I kind of miss being able to see the plays develop so clearly from upstairs.
That's true.
So we're still working through our personal issues here at the Fieldhouse. 1-1, they're tied, and Quinnipiac controls the face-off. With the puck after the face-off. Peckett dumps the puck into the zone. Papavesis gets it in the near ice corner, up to McGowan, to Schrader, into the neutral zone. Schrader gets the red line, dumps it into the Quinnipiac zone. Puck goes into the near ice corner. That's to the left of Gartig, the goaltender for Quinnipiac. Kasdorf in net for RPI. Not a lot of shots or quality shots in today's game, so they haven't been mentioned a whole heck of a lot. Puck along the boards, kept in by McGowan at the point. Dumped back down behind the net. 2 from each team. Go for it. Schrader comes out with the puck. Schrader trying to avoid one of the referees and sends it towards the net. McGowan tried for a tip, but it went just wide. Hey, you know what? We didn't tell you who the referees are yet for today's game. That's an oversight on our part. Schrader along the near half boards. And has had it, lost it, along the boards once more. Face-off circle. Engineers with a shot. Saved by Gartig and gets the whistle. The referees are Kyle Allen and Joe Corzone. Corzone, thank you. Having trouble with that one. Tori Carasimo and Vincent Epping are the linesmen.
Face off here to the left of Gartig. 19:03 left in the second.
St. Denis will get kicked out of the face-off circle. Miller in there for RPI. Puck goes into the corner. Let's call this a Quinnipiac win. Tays up to St. Denis. St. Denis gets the red line, dumps the puck into the corner. Behind the net. Here's a collision. Puck, and we got a penalty. It'll be RPI getting the advantage here. Quinnipiac going into the box. A cross-check against the Bobcats.
In the second penalty, Quinnipiac is taking the offensive zone. This is one's going to go against St. Denis. Travis St. Denis cross-checks the call, and RPI is going to get their second power play. They are 0 for 1 thus far. Second opportunity.
Face-off to the left of Gartig. RPI in the man advantage. Can't win the face-off. Barron has it, sends it along the boards, but can't clear it out. Kept in by RPI on the far side. Now behind the net. Engineers move it around to the near side for Hampton. Along the half boards. Hornabay into the corner. Engineers cross. Whoops, nope, that was actually Quinnipiac. They'll send that puck down ice, and RPI has to gear this one up. Again. Engineers into the neutral zone. Hampton has it poke checked away from him. Has to go back and get the puck. Neutral zone. Hampton tries to drive it in. Goes off a Bobcat. And now Bobcats, RPI's offsides, pardon me. So we get a whistle.
RPI here having a hard time kind of setting up. No, not one opportunity thus far. And then the power play advantage for the Engineers. 119 remaining on the penalty there to St. Denis. And face-off right outside of their zone.
Engineers pull the puck across the blue line after they win the face-off. Into the near corner, still on the power play for another minute 10, but lose it, and it's cleared down ice by the Bobcats. Kasdorf stops the puck behind his net. Puck taken by Leonard. Dishes it back to Melanson. Across the blue line, lose it to the Bobcats, and sent down to Kasdorf. Power play not going as planned for RPI right now. Tied at 1 here in period number 2. RPI versus Quinnipiac. Engineers dump the puck in. Bobcats, backhander out of the zone. Yeah, they're going to rule that's out of the zone. That's a tough call. Neither linesman had a good view of that, but you got to decide one way or the other, and it went against RPI.
And RPI really struggling and getting the good rush into their zone. Give credit to Quinnipiac and just forcing the outsides. 37 seconds here now remain. And I don't believe they had one shot on goal this power play advantage.
Shots on goal in the game are 8-6 in favor of Quinnipiac. Not a lot of shots today, and the Bobcats clear the puck down ice. 20 seconds left on the man advantage for RPI. Leonard, blue line, red line, backhands the puck in, stopped by the Bobcats. Here's a shocker, they're going to send it down the ice. RPI needs to rethink the power play versus Quinnipiac at this point. Papavesis sends it over to the far right side, into the face-off circle. Bobcats are there. Bobcats back to full strength, turn the puck over to the Engineers. Shot. Gartig makes the save as they just turned it right over to DeVito, who was in the center point area. Took the shot, guarded with the save. Bobcats have kept the puck out of trouble since then. 16.5 to go here, period number 2. Tied at 1. Blue line, up ahead, past everybody, goes down ice, and that's icing against the Bobcats.
Something that you probably need to get that red line there, and Quinnipiac doesn't do it and kind of dump it down and you get a fraction there. But when you have a rush like that, you got to make sure you get that red line. And the face-off come back into their own zone to the right of Gartig.
Puck's dropped. Let's call this an Engineer win. They're going to kick it around, move it in towards the crease, but cleared out by the Quinnipiac D. Puck on the far right side. 4 Engineers are along the boards. It's underneath DeVito right now as he's trying to either kick it one way or move it with a stick the other way. Dug out by the Bobcats. Barron now goes down in a collision with an Engineer. RPI back out to the point. Missed the net as they send it cross ice into the corner. Reno again gets it along the boards, dumps it back behind the net. Turned over to the Bobcats, but not out of the zone. Kept in at the far point by Wood. Along the boards again. This is some very unexciting hockey, to be honest with you. Back to the blue line. The Engineers send it back down behind the net. Puck comes around to the near ice side. Anybody going to get possession of this one? DeVito comes in, takes it, goes back into the corner. RPI cannot get into the middle of the Quinnipiac zone. Quinnipiac can't get possession of the puck to clear. Engineers along the board, sending it towards the net, deflection, rebound, and saved by Gartig. Now we've got Federico is going up against DeVito, and I've got to think 2 of them are going to be sitting some time in the box.
He's throwing some elbows. He's got to be careful.
Wilson's also starting to get into a tussle with one of the Bobcats.
And yeah, he's pointing to both of the DeVito and
punches were thrown. They're both going into the penalty box.
I was saying almost getting majors for that, for fighting. I mean, well, actually fighting should get you kicked out of it, but I don't go that far at this point right now. So Federico and DeVito should be going off. I mean, they're definitely going to the boxes right now and see what's happening, what the call is. And roughing is probably at the very least.
The officials are in the officials' crease discussing this one. 15:20 to go here, period number 2, tied at 1. So it's DeVito and Federico in the box.
Not sure exactly how that all kind of transpired there. You know, it was a solid shot from the blue crease, no one there. And goalie Gartig there, he just kept playing and got the whistle. Not sure exactly what caused it.
They're both going to get roughing calls as play gets back underway here. Pekka trying to move in towards the net was well defensed by Papavesis. We are skating 4-side here at the field house as both Federico and DeVito are in for the roughing calls. Engineers dump the puck into the Quinnipiac zone. Bobcats find it on their sticks and they'll get it right back out of there again. Red line, blue line, Tays into the RPI zone. His shot misses the net by about 2 feet to the left of Kasdorf, whose name hasn't been mentioned much because he hasn't seen much action. Still only 8 shots apiece for these two teams after 25 minutes of hockey have been played. Tied at 1, so same number of shots, same number of goals. Bobcats in the 4-on-4 situation, back across the blue line. Now they'll take a shot that's saved by Kasdorf.
Yeah, roughing there is a call. It's going to be matching minors. No, correction on that. It's going to be 4-on-4 hockey from there. So not matching, but we're here now. We got a face off to the left of Kasdorf. That's Jimmy DeVito and Federico going off there.
Engineers win the faceoff to the left of Kasdorf. Neutral zone, Reno, red line, towards the blue line, dumps the puck in. Along the boards, back behind the net. Engineers, Liberté had it along the boards, tried to backhand it down deep, but couldn't send it down deep. Loljegren was in the corner waiting for the puck, couldn't get it to him. Engineers now playing defense in their zone. Still 4-on-4 here for another 35 seconds. Hampton crosses the blue line, gets the red line, and eases the puck into the Quinnipiac zone. Bobcats behind the net. Derek Smith sends it around to the near ice side. Quinnipiac at the blue line, taken away. Janssen into the RPI zone, loses the puck along the boards. Tim Clifton has to go off his leg, and that keeps it in at the blue line as Quinnipiac's able to get down to the puck in time. Janssen feeds it back to the blue line. Barron just moved away from the point, and that forces the puck out of the zone. Back to 5-a-side here at the Houston Fieldhouse, tied at 1 in the second period. Bobcats. Barron goes into the zone, behind the net, stops, and he feeds it to his own teammate who didn't see the puck coming and skates away from it. Bobcats can't maintain possession. Engineers get it out of there. Nanny vaults over a person at the neutral zone, almost took possession of the puck towards the net, but then lost it right after he crossed the blue line. Engineers feed it back to their D. Leonard to the near ice side. Melanson sends the puck across the blue line, but the Bobcats are there. They use the glass to send the puck out. RPI trying to make a change as it was gloved down by Reno. They're okay, only 5 are on the ice. Barron in the near corner of the Quinnipiac zone. Escapes pressure. Uses the boards, gets the puck up ahead. Brandon Pieper takes a shot, save Kasdorf, loose out front, and the rebound shot goes high and over the net. Somebody broke a stick. That's an Engineer with another broken stick out there. RPI's broken 2 today, and the puck goes off somebody on the bench of Quinnipiac, and that'll stop play.
That was a great opportunity there for the Quinnipiac, and looked very dangerous coming in on that rush. Taking a shot, and Kasdorf leaving out a juicy rebound right in the front in the slot, and then it came back to the same player, and he had a nice second opportunity, but it just went well wide, high and wide. Engineers catching a break there. Face off just outside the Engineers zone. RPI and Quinnipiac tied at 1.
And to correct myself, it's Bo Pieper, not Brandon Pieper. I'm getting all these names confused. Face-off gets sent out of play. Right after the face-off, the puck goes out of play, so we'll get another neutralized face-off.
Athletics bringing local schools in Troy to shoot for the STARS program. RPI Athletics would like to thank the National Grid Foundation.
RPI finishing up the change on their defensive pairing right before the face-off's going to be dropped. Connor Clifton wins this one back. Dumped into the RPI zone. Engineers Hampton. Up ahead, DeVito. Cross ice. Oops, not poked away. Engineers able to maintain control. Shot by Bourbonnais, misses the net. Bourbonnais shot ended up going into the corner. Taken now by Quinnipiac. Connor Clifton behind the net sends it up along the far ice boards. Into the neutral zone. Quinnipiac finally work it down ice as Cannon Pieper sent it into the zone. Engineers sky this one. It goes into the student section right behind the penalty boxes, and that's not in play, so play will stop.
Kind of a dangerous location. And just missing the glass, kind of going horizontal with enough rather high velocity.
In the NHL, that would have been a penalty, not in college. Annis feeds back to the point. Derek Smith's shot goes high and misses on a deflection. He keeps it in along the blue line. Into the far corner. Hampton gets a little bit of a stick on it, and RPI is able to get out of danger. Neutral zone. Bourbonnais takes a shot, and it goes off Gartig, off the glass, into the corner. Pekka races back, wins the battle to the puck. Pekka starts to rush down ice. Blue line, dishes it off to Landon Smith on his right. Smith takes a shot, gloved down by Kasdorf, and he'll get the whistle.
That was a great breakout with Pekka. He's got a lot of speed coming out of the zone, behind his own net. Nice quick deke in his own zone to get past the player, and then he's just taking off. And he almost looked like he had a 3-on-2 opportunity there. Minus the X of the pass and it kind of not corralling the puck from the Quinnipiac there. they were kind of forced to take a quick shot, and stoppage from Kasdorf, an easy glove save.
Schrader wins the faceoff to the left of Kasdorf, and RPI tries to break this out. Headed down ice, McGowan can't get to the puck in the faceoff circle. He had Schrader heading towards the net, but he didn't get possession of the puck. This is WRPI Troy with Engineer Hockey from the Houston Fieldhouse. Kurt Sett, Ryan Clark on the call for you as the Bobcats get the puck to the other side of the ice, but don't get possession of the puck on that side of the ice. Schrader in front of the RPI bench on the near side, brings the puck across the blue line, gets it back again at the half boards, into the corner, loses the puck, and that allows Quinnipiac to move to the neutral zone. Bo Pieper sends it cross ice. St. Denis gets it at the blue line in front of his bench, dumps it in. Puck in the far corner. Quinnipiac, their pressure, can't keep the puck in the zone. Engineers are out. McGowan gets it on the right side of the red line, dumps the puck into the Quinnipiac zone. Gartig plays it, sends it around to the far side for Schutt. Into the neutral zone. Schutt gets it back again. Puck into the RPI zone, and then right back out by the Engineers. They'll dump it into the Bobcat zone. Stopped by Gartig behind the net. Engineers race down, get there. Liberté into the middle for Wood. His shot is blocked, and we'll get a whistle as the puck got lost in somebody's equipment.
Yeah, that's Clifton there, kind of falling down.
Connor Clifton,
like
it got stuck in under his pants in his sock.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so he's kind of sliding down, that shot going in, but that was a great opportunity to Engineers, but also great defensively. A nice kind of diving, blocking save there by Clifton to keep that puck away from Gartig.
Face off to the right of Gartig. Tied at one here in a second. Puck shot from the point by Wilson goes off the post and loose in the slot, but the Engineers can't get a shot off there. There's a couple of Bobcats in front of them. Engineers with some opportunities here. Now Quinnipiac will clear this down ice, and icing is going to be waved off. Wilson has to go and play it. Gets it up to Wood. Big collision in front of Kasdorf. He watched all that happen. Crowd kind of reacted to that as the Engineers send the puck into the Bobcats zone. Near corner. Bobcats. Backhanded behind the net. Augusta on the far side. Neutral zone, and his teammate didn't see the pass coming, didn't know to play it. Bobcats will take a change. The puck goes all the way behind the RPI net. Engineers try to rush down ice. Poked away by McMaster in the neutral zone. RPI. They'll feed it behind the net. Papavesis gets it out to the neutral zone. Engineers cross the blue line. Take a shot, and that is saved by Gartig off Miller, and then a collision afterwards. And it looks like one of each team is going to go off on this.
Yeah, Jake Wood taking the shot in on Tays there. And then the goalie taking a nice swat at the stick at Wood. And it looks like
well, the goalie got hit
in the process too. So
that's why he swung around with his stick.
Sure. But it looks like it's the only penalty. Yeah, Wood here is only getting the penalty. I want to say maybe.
I thought somebody from Quinnipiac was going to go off, but that is not true. I thought it would be one of each based on the way the referee pointed, but it's only Wood going into the box. Quinnipiac with their fourth power play of the game. They are 1-for-3, scored on the third one, and those three they overlapped. The first ran into the second, ran into the second, ran into the third. Engineers get the puck into the Quinnipiac zone as the Bobcats are having trouble setting this one up. Landon Smith to Annis along the near ice boards, and now sent into the netting by RPI. It'll be a neutral ice faceoff.
Okay, they're giving it hitting after the whistle. That seems more fitting. We saw roughing on the board. By them, maybe it's both combined there, but hitting after the whistle. Jake Wood's going off here. This is the fourth opportunity for Quinnipiac. They are 1-for-3 thus far.
Engineers win the faceoff in the neutral zone. Papavesis dumps the puck into the Quinnipiac zone. Gartig came out to play the puck. Now he has to get back into the net. Bobcats on the man advantage for another minute 20. Dish it back. Pekka up ahead. And just poked away at the last moment as Annis was trying to go in alone against Kasdorf. Pekka has it on the wrong side of the stick. Feeds it back to center point. Now Pekka near face-off circle. Tries a cross-ice pass. Probably not a wise one. It gets deflected. St. Denis can't get to the puck in time. Bobcats along the half boards. Can they keep it in? Nope. Yes. I think the face-off should go back to
Yeah, he took the shot from inside the zone, so it should stay.
The puck went out of play. I should clarify this. The puck went out of play into the RPI bench. It popped up and went out of play.
Or was it deflected off a Quinnipiac player?
They're going to say
it was.
It was on a deflection, so the faceoff goes into the neutral zone. .54 seconds left in this Quinnipiac power play. Engineers win the faceoff. Dump the puck down ice. Good win there by McGowan, and Gartig has trouble maintaining his balance as he's getting back into the crease. Puck was behind the net at the time. Bobcats try to rush up ice. Red line, blue line, shot goes past Kasdorf. And it was taken by Derek Smith. Puck in the near corner. Reno swings at it, gets enough of it to get it up to Schrader, and he's out into the neutral zone. Schrader gets the red line and sends the puck in towards the net. Gartig has to kick it aside. 20 seconds left on the man advantage for the Bobcats. 4-on-3 headed down ice, one of each team tied up in the corner. Bobcats cross the blue line, dish it on back. Taverner, near side, Augusta into the corner, loses the puck. Engineers get a stick on it, can't poke it out front. Power play about to expire. Puck goes to the far ice boards. Engineers are back to full strength as we're five-a-side at the fieldhouse, tied at 1 here in period number 2. Bobcats still with possession of the puck in the RPI zone. They'll swing into the faceoff circle. McMaster trying to move towards net, has a poke checked away. Tim Clifton has the puck in the far corner. Bobcats. McMaster loses it along the boards. Engineers get it, clear it out. Looking to make a connection. The pass was a little bit too hard and a little bit too far ahead. Dump back the other way, off a deflection, goes in on net. Kasdorf covers it in the crease.
RPI there doing a good job defensively, just kind of breaking up, getting their sticks out, and preventing any type of scoring opportunity there for the Quinnipiac. Forcing them to clearing that penalty. And RPI now is the coverage and the face-off to the right of Kasdorf. 16-13 remaining in the second period. Quinnipiac and RPI tied at 1.
Shots on goal, 12-11 for Quinnipiac. There's been a lot of perimeter play in this game. Shot from the point, gets deflected, hits the netting, and we'll get a face-off in the RPI zone. And by that I mean not a lot of play out front. Everything's against the boards.
Yeah, that's true. A lot more battles on both ends here.
Both ends, yes.
Yeah.
Face-off gets tied up in the circle. Engineers dig it out. Nice work. Fulton on the far side dumps the puck in. Into the near corner. Engineers try a centering pass. It deflects and goes right to the Bobcats. Bobcats heading down ice. Cannon Pieper takes a shot that hits off Fulton and goes to the corner. Bobcats still with it briefly. Now they'll lose it, and Hampton's able to ease it into the neutral zone. Fulton tries to follow up. Can't keep pace with the puck as it's poke checked away. Bobcats then lose it at the blue line. RPI still onside, but the pass from the cross ice pass, that the Engineers were trying to pull off through Bourbonnais doesn't work. Bobcats with possession. 5:15 to go here in the second. Tied at 1. Papavesis in the far corner. Backhands it behind the net. Near side, La Liberté to Leonard. Gets tied up with the referee. Kind of a bad play on Leonard's part to be standing right there. La Liberté gets the puck out of the zone. I think it's brought across by RPI. Yeah, RPI brought it across the blue line. No offsides against Quinnipiac, but then the Engineers clear. Gardig looks as the puck is to the left of him in the corner. Engineers, Leonard can't keep it in along the boards, and it squirts past him and goes out to the neutral zone. RPI, D-to-D passes on their own side of the ice. Leonard gets the red line, drives the puck in. To the far ice side, Barron tries to kick it around. Is able to at least get it to Taze, and Quinnipiac to the near ice side. Taverner sends it across ice in the air to the far ice side. Bo Pieper is able to get it back into the RPI zone, but along the near boards, the Engineers regain possession and head down ice. Wood going down ice along with Miller, but Miller loses the puck just after he crosses the blue line. Bobcats turn it over at the RPI blue line. The Engineers now get it, dump it into the Quinnipiac zone. 4 minutes to go here in period number 2, tied at 1. Bobcats, Pekka, red line, blue line. Pekka tried to turn, gets at least enough of the puck to send it into the corner, gets his own pass back. Pekka tries to feed it out front, hits off his skate, deflects, and goes out of the zone with a little help from the Engineers. RPI trying a counterattack now, can't move it in towards the net, but Quinnipiac is going to be taking a penalty as they've touched up, and it'll be a holding call against the Bobcats.
Yeah, I think that was Lindgren there going to the far side and kind of with the speed, but I think also a little bit of a tired defense, and Quinnipiac is able to get it past, get it around 2 defensive players and actually drawing the penalty out of that, and holding here's the call, and credit to him for making that happen, and that's Derek Smith going off there for Quinnipiac. The RPI will have its 3rd power play opportunity. They are 0 for 2 thus far.
Bobcats, after the face-off, are able to clear. 3.5 to go here, period number 2, tied at 1. Leonard, red line. Near side for Nanny, who's got the goal for RPI today. Far side, Bobcats get to it and send it down the ice. 1:40 to go in this man advantage for RPI. As Ryan said, their 3rd of the game. 0 for 2 so far. The only goal for RPI by Nanny was even strength. Red line, near ice side. Into the zone, Bobcats clear. Penalty kill working very well for the Bobcats. If you remember, the 2nd power play for RPI, not impressive. This one is not starting out well either for the Engineers. 1:15 to go in the man advantage. Leonard, near side, McGowan, swiped at it, never got possession. Bobcats send it down the length of the ice. There's a lot of Bobcats send it down the length of the ice on these penalty kills. RPI will try to gear this one up. Hampton dishes off to Bourbonnais, and that's swiped out of the zone. Engineers have to touch up. Hampton feeds the puck back to Wilson. Wilson turns it over at the blue line, and the Bobcats send it to the RPI zone. Hampton goes back to take it. 35 seconds left on the power play. Hampton, Bourbonnais. He gets out front, shot saved by Gartig, backhanded out of the zone by the Bobcats. So RPI with one small break there. They got a shot on goal, but then the puck's immediately out of the zone. 2 to go here in period number 2, tied at 1. 20 seconds left to go in this man advantage for RPI. Wilson crosses the blue line, over to the near ice side. Bourbonnais towards Leonard. Leonard has it at the half boards. Nope. Quinnipiac takes it, and they'll get it out of the zone. Just barely, but La Liberté has to track back into the neutral zone. Engineers touch up, La Liberté dumps it in, and that does it for the man advantage. Right as the Bobcats clear it, and they almost find Derek Smith coming out of the penalty box. They almost hit him all alone. Just a little bit too far on that pass. Puck kept in by Quinnipiac at the point. Half boards into the middle. Fan on the shot attempt. Tays takes a shot, and that gets saved by Kasdorf and comes over to the near ice side. RPI in a little bit of trouble here after the power play expired. Near ice face-off circle. And it's back at the center point. Shot. A riser goes over the net. Puck goes to the far ice boards. Bobcats. Blue line to Tays on the near side. Tays takes a shot. Loose in the slot. As I don't think that ever got to Kasdorf. It hit somebody out front. 1 minute to go here in the period. Back to the blue line. Bobcats keep it in. Shot. Hits off an Engineer stick. Doesn't make it in towards Kasdorf. That allows RPI to get it and clear finally. They're going to take a change that they need because a lot of those guys have been out there for the last half of the power play. Stayed out there to play D back in the RPI zone. Bobcats try another counterattack with about 40 seconds left in the period. Lose the puck at the blue line. They're going to switch up personnel. Engineers have it. Neutral zone. Nanny crosses the blue line on the far side. Nanny tries for a wraparound. Saved by Gartig, and he gets the whistle. RPI is claiming Reno was trying to say it was in, but it was never in.
You know, the Gartic had it. I think Reno there coming in trying to push it himself physically. That shouldn't count. That
was actually McGowan trying to push it.
Yeah. But the referee saw that, blew the whistle right away, pretty much once he had it stopped. And you know, even if he did get it pushed in, it still probably wouldn't have counted.
24.6 seconds left in period number 2. Face off to the left of Gartig back in the Quinnipiac zone. Won by the Bobcats. Nice set of three passes to clear the puck out of the zone. Now they hit the linesman, which lets them maintain possession of the puck. Loose in the slot, shot, save, Kasdorf! As RPI started to head up ice without the puck, essentially, and left the puck back in the slot. Puck behind the net with 3 seconds to go in the period. Bobcats try to feed it out front. One-timer on the far side misses. That was Taverner trying for the one-timer. That misses. Period ends. Tied at 1 here in Troy.
And it was kind of interesting for the majority of that period. Like you said before, you kind of see a lot more play along the boards. If you get in the zone, it seemed to be there, along the boards, and just a lot of puck battles and just mostly clearing. But here, just at the last couple minutes, maybe after the penalty kill there, the Quinnipiac CAD, and you see a little bit more excitement, a lot of more scoring opportunities on at least both sides there.
Well, it was funny because they almost hit Derek Smith coming out of the penalty box. Some of us remember back in college hockey, there was a time when you came out of the penalty box, you had to touch up in your own zone.
Oh, really?
That used to be the rule. You couldn't do that, and they changed that rule to try to increase a little bit of scoring so that if that happened, you could find somebody out of the penalty box. But you used to have to touch up, and it would be they'd blow the play dead if you touched it.
I'm here with Craig Bokenfor of the RPI Engineers. Craig, how would you summarize the period this evening?
We need to stay out of the box a little more, pressure them 5-on-5. We're doing a good job when we get pucks deep in them 5-on-5, so that's what we got to keep doing.
What would you say is the defensive strategy against Quinnipiac tonight?
Defense strategy: get guys in the wall, don't let them skid around on us, and best defense is playing in their end.
The score is still 1-1. How do you plan on getting momentum heading into the last period?
Getting momentum is simple: get pucks in deep, grind them down low, and start getting our offense going from down there.
All right, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
That was Craig Bokenfor of the Engineers. You're watching Engineers Hockey on RPI TV.
Number 7 is your winner. Out with number 7.
We want to thank Ryan's Wake for supporting RPI Hockey and RPI Athletics. Hey kids, become a Junior Engineers Kids Club member today and experience the exciting world of RPI Athletics. Kids Club member benefits include birthday parties, meet and greets, full RPI Athletic access. Log into rpiathletics.com for more information. Hey, a special birthday wish from RPI Hockey to Diane Schrader. A happy birthday. Thank you for spending your night with us. Visit the RPI bookstore for all your RPI apparel, gifts, and more. If you're not ready for the holidays, stop by the bookstore located on the lower level of the Rensselaer Union. Hey, this week RPI Ambulance is celebrating National Collegiate Emergency Medical Service Week, a national celebration of campus-based ambulance agencies. RPI Ambulance is an entirely student-run and operated volunteer ambulance service funded by the Rensselaer Student Union, providing 24/7 emergency medical care and transport free of charge to all patients, as well as coverage at all hockey and football games. Stop by their table for free Band-Aids, the RPI Ambulance Service. The men's hockey team will be back at Houston Fieldhouse on December 13th when they take on Boston University. Stop by the Fieldhouse box office and pick up your tickets or call them at 276-6262. Don't forget your teddy bears that night for the annual teddy bear toss benefiting Toys for Tots.
Free consultations, good advice, your hometown friends will good help.
Recently, years showed me how to work hard, study hard, and play hard. Taught me how the value of friendships, which have lasted me for over 54 years.
Well, I met my husband here, and I thought I was really glad of it, so that changed my whole life.
RPI is where I learned to edit a newspaper. I ran a hotline and this turned out to be the most important thing I did. I feel like I've learned a lot more, but I've also learned that there's so much more to learn.
Good evening, hockey fans. We are live here once more at the Houston Fieldhouse on the campus of Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in Troy, New York. My name is Ryan Clark, and I'm joined by Kurt Stott on your home for Engineer Hockey 91.5 FM, WRPI Troy. Just after 2 periods of play, we're about to begin the third period. RPI and Quinnipiac are tied at 1. Before we begin, we'd like to thank the Rensselaer Union, which provides the funding for WRPI and all club-related activity of the Institute. That includes WRPI's coverage of hockey, football, and baseball. As a reminder, WRPI is on the World Wide Web. Point your browser to WRPI.org and you can pick up WRPI's broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So long as WRPI is broadcasting, we will provide the broadcast on your net feed. Once again, that is WRPI.org. WRPI Sports is seeking current RPI students to make live calls of athletic events. Just as this one, there are opportunities this season to get on the air for men's and women's hockey. For more information or to express interest, contact us at WRPI-sports@rpi.edu.
Ryan and I are still working out some technical details up here in the new broadcast location. Still working on that. For those curious, the press box was renovated here in the Houston Fieldhouse. Radio for decades, literally decades, had been up on the catwalk broadcasting. We're now down in the press box area in our own booth. The new press area exists, well, sadly, we could say exists because of a former WRPI sports announcer, Bob Lipowitz, who passed away recently within the last year. Class of 1975, broadcast sports here at WRPI, and I actually have pictures of him up on the catwalk back when he was a student. He left as part of his will money to do these renovations that we're sitting in right now. So that's why radio has been moved down here. We're still weighing the pros and cons of this. I'm more pro than con at this point, but it's going to take a little while to get used to watching games at the Fieldhouse and calling games at the Fieldhouse from this angle after so many years looking down, literally looking down on the ice, now to look at it from the side as we do most other arenas. And also, we're on the opposite sides of the equipment now.
Yeah, that's that.
Which is causing us some consternation up here.
Yes.
We're dealing with that as well. Okay. 20 minutes are up on the board for period number 3 here at the Houston Fieldhouse. Teams are tied at 1. It'll be Quinnipiac going left to right, RPI right to left across your radio dial in this third period, and we have a delay for some reason.
Some ice maintenance, perhaps, or scorekeeping, or timekeeping here.
I don't know.
I can't imagine taking a timeout like this. I don't think that's...
The officials are actually just standing around at center ice.
It looks like a timeout right now.
Well, I can't imagine someone taking a timeout.
Yeah, I know.
So we're in a delay and we don't know why. At one point, is the ice super wet someplace? Okay,
could be
water
it,
on the ice. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what they're waiting for. They're waiting for the water to freeze or get less watery. I don't know.
Freeze. Yeah.
I didn't get a chemistry degree.
All right, looks like
Are we close to action? Yes. Third period will get underway. Maybe. Okay, here we go. Leonard gets the puck after RPI wins the faceoff. Prepavesis on the far side, gets up to McGowan at the blue line. Quinnipiac will get this one out briefly. Yeah, they get it out enough, and RPI has to touch up. And Bobcat falls down. That was Connor Clifton falls down behind the net. That allows Schrader to come in and apply some pressure. McGowan's now back there. Behind the net, Connor Clifton, little gingerly skating around out there. I mean, the ice is slippery. That happens. Engineers swing it towards the middle. Now a shot, deflection as Gartig was way out of position. Schrader looks hurt. Puck comes in on net. Gartig makes a save. Wraparound doesn't work. And the Bobcats get the puck out of danger. That was a really weird sequence in there. Bobcats take a shot. Kasdorf makes the save. Engineers with possession. Leonard on the near side. Gets it past Pekka into the neutral zone. Batted out of there by the Bobcats. Melanson puts it down on the ice. RPI near side. Wilson at the red line. Dumps it in. Off the blocker of Gartig. And the puck goes over to the far ice side. Bobcats have it. Find a man in the neutral zone. Dish it off to the side. Bobcats with an opportunity. Shot, save, Kasdorf. Rebound comes out. Bobcats can't swing it out front. That was Taverner with that chance and then trying to swing it out front and missed as he had another man on the near ice side. Couldn't find him. Bobcats keep it in the zone. Down low, St. Dennis tries to poke it away from the Engineers. Reno comes in, ties up St. Dennis along the boards. Taverner now has the puck backhander, but St. Dennis was still tied up. Couldn't get to it, and the Engineers have it. Reno gets to the blue line, gets to the red line, and dumps the puck in. Minute 40 gone by here, period number 3. Still tied at 1 at the Houston Fieldhouse. Bobcats clear. RPI back in. Bobcats clear. Red line, blue line, shot gets deflected, goes into the crowd, and there's a mad dash for that puck, and a kid got it. Nope, a guy got it, and he gave it to a kid. Okay, that's good enough.
no, the fans will be happy because usually if the guy keeps on to it and they all kind of
They hate him.
Yeah, they hate him pretty much. That's, yeah.
They hate his guts, or her guts, it depends. I mean, if it's an adult, it can be either way. We're not going to be gender specific here.
18:07 here in third period. Face off to the right of Kasdorf.
Tied at 1. Bobcats win the faceoff. Shot. Misses the net. Came from the stick of Janssen. Near ice side. Nope, that wasn't Janssen. That was McMaster. As the Engineers can't, yeah, they'll get the puck out at the point. Quinnipiac tried to dump it in, hit the Engineers. RPI going in the other direction. It's poke checked away. DeVito had it, lost it. Bobcats off the boards. Cannon Pieper sends it into the zone. McMaster going for it. Bokenfor ends up with the puck. He wasn't one of the first two back there, but he got it. Sends it over to Hampton. Up ahead for DeVito. Into the corner. Federico falls down. DeVito had the puck behind him, actually, and was waiting for it to come back around in the corner. Now, crowd wants a call here as Hampton was trying to move to the puck. Fulton was trying to move to the puck, and he was a little bit impeded. I think that was right on the edge of being called, and RPI ended up on the wrong side of that. Bobcats with possession. Kind of sloppy in their zone, though. Engineers with the full court press. The Liberté behind the net. Can't get the puck. McMaster has it. Cannon Pieper gets knocked down by McMaster as they move the puck out of the zone. The Liberté gets it back again and then kind of gets muscled to the ground, or the ice, I should say, near the blue line. The Liberté gets it once more. Backhand pass to Wood, or a blind backhand pass to Wood. Into the corner. Gillespie with a hit. Connor Clifton now has it for the Bobcats, and he gets it to McMaster in the neutral zone. Over to the near ice side. Tim Clifton takes a shot, saved by Kasdorf. It was loose in front of him. He's able to cover.
RPI here, both sides here. Looks like there's a lot more excitement, not as much as puck being around the boards and, just kind of board and corners battles and things like that. But it looks to be a little more play happening both sides. And So we kind of see an exciting period coming this way.
Tim Clifton wins the faceoff. Bobcats just barely keep this in along the blue line. Behind the net, back in, or loose out front, and not sent in on net, sent back behind the net. A nice feed out front, but the shot was off target. RPI to the neutral zone. Connor Clifton loses the puck, goes in towards Gartig. He has to play it. Out to the point and poked away by the Bobcats. Going the other direction comes Tim Clifton. He takes a shot. Kasdorf save. Rebound right in front of him and he covers.
Yeah, that's smart there. The Engineers kind of switching around to get the man and then they have the other one that they get kind of beat on the blue line to actually cross over and grab the extra man. Therefore, he couldn't get the cross pass and have some like a 2-on opportunity. Forced him to take the shot and hoping maybe Kasdorf would make a rebound, but he didn't.
Pekka wins the faceoff. Shot from the blue line is another Kasdorf save as it went right back to Derek Smith, who drove it in on net.
The Engineers have to be careful and not making too many mistakes. It's not the moment to do it, especially in the third period when you have things going pretty well for you.
Back to Derek Smith, another shot. I think that was going to miss, but Kasdorf's going to glove it and take another faceoff.
Same spot, same location, face-off in the same. 15:49 here left in the third period. RPI and Quinnipiac are tied at 1.
Face-off to the right of Kasdorf, and another shot goes in on net. This is a deflection off Pekka's stick and gloved by Kasdorf.
Trying to take a one-time shot, and defensively, RPI gets a stick in there, and the puck just kind of goes straight up, and Kasdorf just grabs it up in the air. Another face-off to the right.
Pekka gets kicked out of the circle. Landon Smith comes in. Now Miller gets kicked out. And Nanny comes in, and that went out of the zone. Bobcats dump it in. They have to retreat and touch up. RPI with the puck. Tied at 1 here in the third period. Barron gloves it down in front of the RPI bench. Loose near the blue line. Bobcats move it ahead. Shot, and that deflects off a stick. Anna's got it. Pekka has it in the face-off circle. Had no shot. And he tried to pass it down low. Now a turnaround shot. Save. Loose just to the side of Kasdorf. He sticks it away. Kasdorf with the initial save, then stuck it away. Now back out to center point. Derek Smith didn't have a shot. Sends the puck into the corner. Bobcats behind the net. Pekka's there. Tried to make a move. Kind of lost the puck. Now gets it back again. Gets it to Annis. Shot from the far side. I think it went off. I think Kasdorf got a piece of that one. It comes over to the near ice side. In the corner. Turned over to the Engineers. Face-off circle, but then turned right back to the Bobcats. They keep it in at the blue line. Pekka has it along the boards. Back out to the point for Barron. Over to the far outside. Federico takes a shot. Misses the net. Puck comes along the boards near side. Barron stops it. He'll opt to put it into the corner. And now we're into the middle. Taverner sent it into the middle. Deflects, comes back to the near corner once again. RPI cannot clear this puck at the moment. Behind the net, over to the far side. Leonard has it. He's got some space. Uses the boards, clears it to the neutral zone. Stopped by the Bobcats. They're going to bring it right across the blue line again. As it's brought in by Connor Clifton. Loose just outside the crease. Shot and saved by Kasdorf. Now it goes in. Bobcats finally poke it home and take a 2-1 lead.
Okay, so this is going to go to the Engineers defensively, just struggling to get that puck out of the zone. Anytime they did get it out, then Quinnipiac just immediately took it back in and preventing the Engineers from actually changing. So you see a lot of a good 5 plays there, or like maybe a couple of minutes. Engineers is really getting weak, and
there were 3 shots there,
yeah.
I think.
And it's just like I want to say, it's just more defensively fatigued from the Engineers actually really kind of use their muscle and pushing them out of the way and actually really defending Kasdorf. And Kasdorf making the 3 saves and the last one just making it in.
Well, I think there were 3 shots. It was a kick save that got booted right back out to the person who scored the goal, who I still had trouble seeing. It might have been McMaster, I'm not sure. We'll get an official announcement at some point. Faceoff goes back into the RPI zone as 2-1. Quinnipiac leads here in the third. Engineers now clear it out.
Quinnipiac goal was scored by number 26, Travis St. Dennis.
Nope, St. Dennis with the goal for Quinnipiac. And Taverner with the assist. That's when I thought it was 19. It was actually 39. Puck's back in the Quinnipiac zone. RPI not able to get a shot on goal yet in this sequence, and cleared out by the Bobcats. 13.5 to go here in the third. 2-1. Quinnipiac leads. as RPI's maintained possession since the face-off after that goal for the most part, but they haven't been able to put much pressure in on Gartig. And now they turn it over to the Bobcats in the neutral zone, and St. Denis, who just scored that goal, starts heading down ice. Takes the puck into the corner. Bobcats along the far half boards, knocked around, Engineers get it, and cross the blue line. Bourbonnais dumps the puck in as RPI is going to go off for a change. Bobcats tase around to the near ice side. Bobcats seem to be skating with more authority, I would say, and finding more space out there. Big hit near the blue line knocked one of the Bobcats down, and now the puck gets sent into the RPI bench by St. Denis, and we'll have a stoppage of play.
Yeah, official scoring there, 5:42 of the third period. Quinnipiac scoring, making it 2-1. This goal scored by Travis St. Denis and Andrew Taverner and Bo Pieper.
Engineers win the face-off just outside the Bobcat zone with 12:45 to go here in the third, and trailing by 1 is RPI. Bobcats clear. RPI being sloppy in the neutral zone and gives the Bobcats a chance. Cross-ice pass, shot, saved by Kasdorf. I think saved by Kasdorf. We've got a penalty coming in after this, as I looked like RPI is going into the box on a boarding call.
That's kind of tricky there. They kind of like turned into each other, and I think it was a pretty solid hit, right into the gut and right there. And just the way that, the way he landed, it was kind of dangerous on the distance from the boards, and he's kind of falling down with the head. When you're getting hit about 4 feet before, it's kind of very dangerous. But
this is boarding against Annis.
Yeah.
Not boarding against RPI. I thought RPI was getting called for it. This is an RPI power play, and the puck goes down ice after the face-off of the Quinnipiac zone. Connor Clifton chasing after this. RPI on the power play. This is their 4th man advantage of the game. They are 0 for 3. No, I guess I didn't see that one clearly. Obviously, I didn't. Engineers with a shot from the neutral zone from Leonard is saved by Gartig as the puck's on the far side. Bobcats miss a chance to clear it. Another shot is saved by Gartig. You saw that one all the way from the far side. Bobcats around the boards and send it all the way down ice. Yeah, I guess I just missed the hit entirely because I thought RPI was going off on the penalty. But if you were listening to me, I led you astray. RPI is now on the power play. 11:45 to go here in the third. They got 1:15 of this power play to go. 2-1, Quinnipiac leads. Engineers send the puck into the zone. Last 2 power plays for RPI, less than impressive, and this one's not going so well either. Bobcats clear it down ice. Kasdorf stops it. 1 minute to go in this man advantage for RPI. Engineers, blue line, red line, driven in by Hampton. Bourbonnais on the near side to Liberté. Behind the net, McGowan. McGowan brings the puck into the corner, gets a little assist from the referee there, who got in the middle of the play inadvertently. Back out to the blue line now. Hampton winds up, takes a shot. Gartig with the save.
And Jacob Liberté is just right sitting there. Phil Hampton taking the shot blue line. He had Wilson to his left and opted not to take the pass, as I think the defensive there, Quinnipiac was had it covered, but taking a shot in, but the Gartig saw that shot all the way through as Jacob Liberté was just waiting for a rebound.
Bobcats win the faceoff to the left of Gartig, and it goes down ice. Tim Clifton, the lone Bobcat going down, and now, what the heck? I mean, RPI, they really got to talk to each other a little bit more out there, because Kasdorf and Hampton almost got into a collision behind the net and gave the puck away. Now Hampton gloves it down as the Bobcats clear. This power play, not so good either for RPI. I mean, and let's credit Quinnipiac's penalty kill for a lot of that. Liberté has the puck along the near half boards. 5 seconds to go in the man advantage. Back out to the blue line. Shot. Hits somebody out front. Bobcats clear it down ice. That does it. Power play is over with. RPI 0 for 4 in the man advantage. 10.5 to go here in the third. RPI trails 2-1 to Quinnipiac. RPI Leonard passed everybody. What happened? Did we get a whistle early on that?
Too many men, it looks like they're counting right now. I think it's a bench monitor against the Engineers.
That was going to be icing, but the whistle blew.
I saw the ref counting, and I think it was like too many men, but...
Woods going into the box for RPI.
Just trying to figure out.
So maybe it was too many men on the ice. Because RPI, Leonard sent the puck down ice. It was going to be icing, but they blew the whistle before anybody got to the face-off dot. Yep, too many men on the ice against RPI. Hey, the football team got called for too many men in the huddle today. Maybe it's catching.
Wood serving the penalty. Bench minor, too many men on the ice at 10:20 remaining here in the third period.
Engineers win the face-off. Leonard sends it all the way down ice. Gartig keeps it away from RPI. Has to get back into the net because on the far side, the Engineers are going to get possession. And that was Miller who tried to do something with it. Miller and Melanson were down ice. Now the Bobcats try to head up ice. Over halfway through period number 3, Bobcats up 2-1 on the man advantage, their 5th power play of the game. Cross ice pass, Engineers couldn't clear. It was a bad pass, but RPI couldn't get to it in time. Now behind the net, the Engineers get it, can't clear it out. Augusta keeps it at the point. Nice work. Center point, Derek Smith. Back to Augusta along the blue line. Augusta moves down, face-off circle on the far side. Back to Derek Smith. His shot saved by Kasdorf. Wow, nice save, because standing right in front of him was Tim Clifton.
The RPI there's really struggling to kind of clear that puck out. There's kind of one clearing attempt going right to the blue line. They got to at least try to be a little more smarter about where they're going to shoot that one, because that one went right to the stick, the blue line there, the Quinnipiac, and just keeping the play. But it's very crucial to get this puck out.
McGowan wins the face-off, and the Engineers will move out of the zone. Near side, Nanny in a shorthanded situation, can't send it in on net. Collides with the boards oddly. There won't be a penalty on this, but Nanny is down, and that's why they're going to stop play.
He's rather kind of shaking right now, and he's holding something as he's kind of face down on the ice.
Yeah, I don't think he got hit into the boards. I think he just hit the boards oddly.
Yeah, kind of lost his balance, lost an edge there, and just kind of fell down. And yeah, I
he might have just hit something strangely into the boards.
Don't want to speculate right now. He's right now facing the ice. The trainer coming out. Spoken for. 3 Engineers are out there. That's spoken for Reno and McGowan there helping him to support. And he comes up here skating on his own effort. Nanny
took his helmet off while he was out there on the ice, and he's heading right into the tunnel and heading back.
Face-off will come outside of the zone here. 1:04 remaining. The penalty, the Engineers, the team penalty. It's being served by Jake Wood, the bench minor, too many men. This is the 5th opportunity for the Quinnipiac, and they are 1 for 4 thus far.
Face-off just outside the Quinnipiac zone. Bobcats win it. Quinnipiac still on the man advantage, up by 1 here in the 3rd. Bobcats blue line, Annis looking for St. Denis. Engineers clear it. Gartig will stop it. That was not on net, even though the crowd acts like it was. It was actually not on net. Tays behind the net. Tays to Landon Smith near the blue line. He falls down. He got a stick on the puck, though. Prevents an icing, but the Engineers clear. Gartig stops it again. 30 seconds left on the power play for Quinnipiac. They have the 1-goal lead here at the Houston Fieldhouse. RPI, first goal of the game. Nanny, who went off just now with the injury, got that goal. And Quinnipiac with 1 in the 1st and 1 here in the 3rd. Engineers intercept the pass in the neutral zone. Loshegren sends it in on net, and that's saved by Gartig.
That was a great, smart play there to kind of stick out to kind of break up that pass. Too bad he just didn't have the momentum happening with him, because he could have got past the D, but he just got the nice good shot off, but it right into the chest, and he's going to take the face off here. It's a moment right now. You got 13 seconds remaining on the penalty here.
Loshegren really had to take that shot because Tays was right on top of him. If he didn't take it, he was going to lose possession of the puck. So you take what you got in that case. It was a smart move. It's the best he was probably going to get out of that, and so you got to take that shot. Power plays expired in Troy. Skating 5 aside, still 2-1 Quinnipiac with 8:10 to go here in the third. Puck finds itself on the RPI side of the ice. Engineers can't get possession. Nobody sees that it's standing underneath everybody or sitting underneath everybody, and it goes to Connor Clifton. His shot from the point deflects, and it's a pad save by Kasdorf. Engineers get it out into the neutral zone. Linesman gets in the way again, inadvertently. He was stationed at the blue line. Crowd's reacting to that, but that's what happens. Bobcats go back and play the puck. They didn't play it at the bench because they're in the middle of a line change. They wanted to prevent the too many men call. So the Bobcats get it to the red line and swing at it and send it the rest of the way down the ice. Bo Pieper in the near corner. Sent it up along the boards, intercepted by the Engineers. RPI into the other zone. Well, that's the Quinnipiac zone. Fulton trying to follow this. Goes into the corner. La Liberté has it. To Leonard. Back to Fulton in the face-off circle. Can't send it in towards the net. Bobcats steal it and get it out into the neutral zone as Bo Pieper got enough of it to get it to the RPI blue line where it's stopped by Travis Fulton and sent the other way by RPI to behind the Quinnipiac net. Bobcats try to clear it on the far side. They'll get it across the blue line in front of their bench. Engineers, though, keep enough sticks and skates in front of it to prevent the puck from going down ice. Bobcats will try through the air this time, and it goes into the RPI zone. Under 7 to go here in the third. 2-1, Quinnipiac leads. RPI, D to D, Leonard at the blue line. Off the boards, off Wood's stick. To the Bobcats, gloved by the Bobcats. They'll say no hand pass on that. Bobcats get it again. People wanted a penalty, including my broadcast partner, but they don't get one as the Engineers keep the puck in the Bobcat zone. On the far side, out to the point, blue line now. Hampton takes a shot, hits off a Bobcat, and goes the other way. That's Landon Smith who had the puck go off him. The Pekka looking for Landon Smith. Everybody scores as 2 players go into the net and knock off its moorings, and time stops. Well, not time stops, the clock stops.
At this point here, this RPI Engineer actually being the one that caused the knock it off, so they're not going to be able to change. So I kind of just spend time now to fix the net. RPI having pretty good opportunities, but Quinnipiac is doing a good job in blocking shots. RPI needs to be a little more self-aware and move around more, and to get a nice solid shot on goal. Here we only got 6:18. They got to start picking up something here to try to get the tying goal.
Engineers win the face-off. Hampton sends it around the boards. Not out of the zone, though. RPI, trouble clearing today. They finally get it across the blue line. Bobcats try to swing at it and keep it along there, but can't. Wood at the red line. Sends the puck into the corner. RPI is now taking that change they need. They couldn't change when they knocked the net off its moorings. Most of that change is finished. Engineers get the puck. Wilson in front of his bench tries to backhand it down low. Shutt comes in, stops the puck from going down ice. Back to Bokenfor. He sends it off the boards, and it goes right to Barron for Quinnipiac. 5:45 to go in the third. Bobcats up 2-1. Up ahead, past Tim Clifton, and that's icing against Quinnipiac. We have not seen a lot of icings in today's game.
Yeah, RPI here needs to focus and win this power play and just generate the momentum in their own zone. Quinnipiac's doing very good defensively on their own side, but RPI really needs to kind of change up their style here because I think Quinnipiac has them read pretty well.
I would agree with that. Engineers get the face-off win. Fulton in the corner. Getting beat up in the corner. We got a penalty coming up against the Bobcats. I think that's an interference call.
Yeah, that would be interference. And the
no, holding. We're going to call holding.
Okay. Hindrance of play and things like that. The puck was just kind of, he thought possibly the puck was still at his feet and they were kind of just jousting at each other. But the puck was going away. He was RPI Engineer player that was trying to grab it. That's Alex Barron there going off for holding, and it's 5:24 here in the third period. And this is the 5th opportunity for the Engineers. They are 0 for 4 thus far.
Engineers win the puck back to the blue line. Prapavesis sends the puck into the far corner. Gets it back again. Face-off circle. Prapavesis in the slot. Prapavesis comes near side, takes a shot, and scores!
Oh, wow.
Right before the net got knocked off and scoring. He scores. Hayes is really angry about this.
But he should have
no.
Net. Yeah, but he should have no. I mean, the thing is, I don't think you have any type of argument there unless it may be interference with the goalie. That's the only possible thing. But
They're going to look at this.
But either way, though, the goal was scored on the side where it was pivoting. So even if that's rotated off.
Well, the first problem here is that Gartig was hit by his own defender.
Oh, it did not go off the post the first time. And then they called it as a goal as he taken a shot. But now, no, he went off on his own right there. As we kind of look at this replay, I apologize if you're just watching the radio. We're looking at the video. All right. So, but now, Taze, yeah, he's upset.
Well, there's a couple of things. The first shot goes off the post. It comes back out.
And maybe the ref actually thought that did go in, and then came back out. Which it does.
Maybe. It didn't. Maybe he thought that. And then it got shot in after the net was off its moorings, but it looked like Quinnipiac knocked the net off.
And on his own.
On his own.
No RPI.
Also, if they're arguing interference, Gartig looks like he got hit by his own guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
as he was at the top of the crease, it looks like his own defender for Quinnipiac came in and hit Gartig, causing him to be out of the play. I think this is going to count.
I think it should count.
Well, the question then becomes, well, you're allowed to count a goal if the net's off its moorings, the puck would have gone in.
If it was actually
If it was positioned correctly and the defense knocked it off.
And he looked like he just took it off on his own right there. He just skated
Well,
right
yeah,
into
he
it,
went right into it, and if the net had been positioned correctly, I think that would have gone in.
Yeah. See, actually, he was not.
You know, it looks almost like he went into the net on purpose.
It does, yeah.
As we're watching the replay, I mean,
he just.
The problem is the net was off its moorings when the puck crossed the goal line.
Correct.
That is a true statement. So it's now up to an interpretation of the rule for the officials. It's called a goal on the ice.
I almost thought initially the referee called the goal just from the first shot, but actually we kind of look at that. The shot did not hit the crossbar, or actually the post, and then came back out where the engineer actually put it in. But as we kind of see now, the first shot hit the post, comes back out, then a Quinnipiac player takes out the goal,
and then
the puck goes in. So this is going to be interesting as they kind of take some time to look over it, and I think that's the wise thing to do. Make sure they get the right call here. Referee now looks like he puts on the headphones. He looks like he's coming out. I think it should stand, but let's see. No goal. Okay, so, this is interesting because I almost kind of feel like last night's game kind of had another interesting thing where they knocked it off. But see, he just went on his own. I almost kind of feel like that should be almost a penalty shot at the very least there. See, the player just goes in by himself and takes
unless they're ruling
the goal on the first shot, and they thought that was it, but that's the thing.
Well, there's two things. Did they think it went in on the first shot, and then it shouldn't have counted on the second shot? Yeah. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I think it was Miller. Did they think Miller tripped up the player to send him into the net?
No, I don't.
Well, if you look, Miller's stick is right around where the defender was moving through. If they decide he tripped him, then it shouldn't be a goal. So it's still 2-1 Quinnipiac here, RPI on the power play. 5 minutes to go here in period number 3. Engineers with possession. Shot, hits a Bobcat, doesn't go towards net, but doesn't go out of the zone. Engineers still with possession. Hilsgren sends it over to the far right side. Near side now. Into the middle, Bobcats intercept, and they'll send it down ice. So they got a hold of Melanson's pass, and they'll clear it down ice. 4:40 to go here in the third, 1:15 to go in the power play for RPI. Leonard, near side. Papavesis sends it into the near corner. Leonard takes a shot that goes over the net. That was real strange. And now the Bobcats try to break it down ice. In a 2-on-2 situation, they're on sides. They'll take a shot. That goes over the net. I think Kasdorf maybe got a piece of that. It wasn't going in. And now RPI tries another rush. 50 seconds to go in the power play. It goes in on net and gloved by Gartig. He gets the whistle.
That's kind of tough for the Engineers. You kind of go through almost 30 minutes of just being, scoreless and having little opportunities, and you have one great one there that perhaps they probably feel themselves they kind of maybe got robbed of that one. But
we don't know what they decided invalidated the goal. That's part of the problem. Engineers still on the power play for another 35 seconds. We could probably talk about that all night, to be honest with you. RPI over to the near ice side. Bourbonnais sends the puck in, and that's a whistle. I mean, let's go back to the non-goal. Is it because they thought Miller tripped up the defender to send him into the net? Did they feel that the play should have been blown dead before the shot was taken? I mean, that's a possibility.
Yeah, I think maybe perhaps they thought that the first shot was actually a goal, and they reviewed that, and okay, it wasn't, and then that's the only thing they could actually review at that point.
That's possible that was the case. They thought the first one went in, and it actually didn't go in. After the face-off in the neutral zone, the Engineers were in and right back out of the Quinnipiac zone. The power play not doing so well tonight for RPI, as they are going to be, was that the 5th one?
Yes.
They are now 0 for 5, well, shortly 0 for 5. Off a deflection, the puck goes into the QPAC zone. Along the near ice boards, we are 5 aside now here at the Houston Fieldhouse. Still 2-1 Quinnipiac in period number 3. Puck goes all the way down ice. Quinnipiac didn't have the right to ice at that point, so it'll be an icing call, face-off back to the Bobcat zone.
Shots on goal here in favor of Quinnipiac, 23-19. 3:14 here left in the third period. Quinnipiac with a 2-1 lead. Face-off and an icing in the Quinnipiac zone.
Wood on the face-off for RPI wins it. Puck in the corner. Engineers, DeVito skates along the half boards, loses the puck. Bobcats use the glass to get it out. I haven't seen Nanny back. He hasn't been back yet, has he? He may not be coming back. Puck goes back to the RPI zone with 2:50 to go, and the Engineers trailing by 1. Leonard sends it up ice. DeVito crosses the blue line, gets knocked down along the boards. Bobcats, they love using the glass to get the puck out, and it's back to the neutral zone. Leonard at the blue line, tip with from DeVito, moves the puck into the zone, but RPI can't follow up on that, and the Bobcats almost turn it over in the zone. Almost gave it away to Propavesis. Engineers on their side of the blue line. Hampton dumps the puck down ice. RPI gets to the faceoff dot first, no icing. But they don't maintain control of the puck, almost lost it, gets it back again. Wilson stopped it from going out. In the near ice corner, Lanson into the middle, shot saved by Gartig as they found Wilson right out front, and Gartig makes a point blank save. Bobcats send fly ball into the neutral zone. Looked like a high stick was about to be called, but it gets waved off. Now RPI touches it. Bobcats touch it. That waves off another high stick. 1:45 to go here in the third. 2-1 Quinnipiac on top. You're listening to WRPI Troy with Engineer Hockey from the Houston Fieldhouse. Kurt Stutt, Ryan Clark on the call for you tonight. Derek Smith has it for the Bobcats. There's 1:35 to go in the third period. Bobcats get some room, get the puck out of the zone. Won't be icing. They'll win the race to the face-off dot. Bobcats in the RPI zone. Blue line, Derek Smith takes a shot. Well, more like a pass. Looking for a deflection off to the side of the net, but that doesn't happen. Puck's along the blue line with 1:15 to go in the third period. RPI trying to get down ice, trying to get that tying goal. Liljegren dumped it into the Bobcat zone. Nobody there but the Bobcats, and this will be icing against Quinnipiac. So the officials will go over and make sure they've got the right guys on the ice with 1:02 to go here in the third.
Yeah, it's a point where you actually got to consider get the extra skater out there, put it and take Kastorf off the ice. Looks like also a good time to take a timeout as well.
I think Quinnipiac took the timeout here to get their guys some rest. This is the time to use it.
Yeah.
1:02 to go here, third period. Quinnipiac leads RPI 2-1.
Let's go to time here now. Let's kind of look at the out-of-town scores. Dartmouth having a 6-0 lead over Brown, 1:37 remaining in that third period. Yale with a 1-0 lead over Harvard, 8:52 left in that third period. And St. Lawrence 4-2 lead over Cornell, 4:27 remaining in the third. Union with a 6-1 lead over Princeton, 9:48 remaining in that third period. And Colgate and Clarkson are tied at 2 in the third, 17:06 remaining.
I don't think they ever officially announced who took the timeout.
No, I don't think they did.
And it seems like a very long timeout, doesn't it?
Maybe they did 2 of them. Maybe both teams here. I don't know.
You can do that.
You could, right?
Yeah,
but
you could.
I just feel it's not necessary, though. But I mean, maybe you want to save it from maybe another stoppage of play. But then maybe you got 10 minutes to actually really go over a good play and explain it better. But I feel like you should be able to explain a play in 5 minutes. But hey,
it's a 30-second timeout.
Oh, is it there? Why am I even saying 5 minutes? Yeah, 30 seconds. That sounds more right. We've been waiting here for a while then.
I'm not calling a sport that takes 5 or 10 minute timeouts. I'm not doing that. No. We now have another timeout.
Oh, okay, so there it goes. Okay.
So that was one timeout, and now we're having the second timeout.
It's supposed to be 30 seconds, but it almost seems like that would have been a minute.
That first one seemed like a long time.
All right, now they're calling this. Okay, so this one's Quinnipiac.
This is Quinnipiac taking a timeout. I guess RPI took a timeout.
Yeah.
So now they can all go back and talk about everything they were talking about before. Just to let you know, Castorf has been pulled, so RPI was going out after the icing with 6 skaters,
yeah.
which you would expect with 1:02 left to go in the game and down by 1.
Absolutely, I would make the same call here. Only trick is RPI has not been doing well on the power play.
Well, man advantage, extra skater, and it's
extra
tougher.
Skater, yeah.
6-on-5 is a little tougher because it's more crowded out there.
That's true, and you probably should also, have more space. But the thing is, RPI kind of just struggling, kind of passing in the zone 2. It's you should have the extra skater, so you should have one extra guy to actually be in the extra space to pick up that puck. But Quinnipiac has been excellent, always, winning it and, win the physical battles and actually getting that puck cleared.
6 skaters out there for the Engineers as the timeout's almost over with. Quinnipiac up by 1, 1:02 to go in the third.
Not much energy from the crowd. Yeah.
Face-off, won by the Bobcats. Backhander, they can't get it out of the zone though, along the boards. Bobcats still trying to dig at this one. Tim Clifton couldn't get it out. Engineer turnaround shot saved by Gartig as it was taken on the far side by Losegren. Behind the net, La Liberté trying to get it out front. McGowan with the wraparound. Goes off Gartig and went out into the slot, but the Engineers couldn't get another shot off. 39 seconds left here, and Quinnipiac will clear that. There's an empty net. Pekka's racing. Nope, that's St. Denis racing for it. He gets to the empty net and scores. With 30.1 seconds left, Quinnipiac leads 3-1.
I almost kind of, when he shot that one, I almost thought it was going to make it all the way to the end, but that kind of slowed up there. Bellick for the Engineers, and great credit there for what's St. Denis there with his speed. He gets the third goal. He gets the hat trick for tonight. And that will seal the deal for Quinnipiac with their victory. Well, it should, at least, seal the deal. As we have 30.1 seconds remaining.
I've seen weirder things happen.
Yeah, I don't want to get too far ahead here. I'll avoid that, but Quinnipiac scores, St. Denis there scores the end-to-net goal, and they take the 3-1 lead.
Quinnipiac wins the face-off at center ice, and they dump the puck into the RPI zone. Killing off 10 seconds is a lot right now. There's 20 seconds left to go here in the third. RPI trailing by 2 against the Bobcats. Into the zone, Derek Smith. Augusta along the near ice boards. Up ahead to Bo Pieper, sent in on net, saved by Gartig. With 5 seconds to go, puck goes over to the far ice boards. Engineers back out at the point. Another shot misses the net, and that does it here at the Fieldhouse. It's a final. Quinnipiac 3, RPI 1, and then we've got a scuffle afterwards.
There we go. Yeah. So it was DeVito taking the shot, Wood taking the shot, and it was on empty, it was just like a deflection, really. But now they're going at it, and they had a guy come from behind and just, put in a headlock, and then it's just one after another, just shoves with elbows, sticks. Kind of very, yeah.
I think Wilson and McMaster. No, that was Janssen. Wilson and Janssen were wrestling on the ice at one point. That's what the crowd's reacting to. But it is a final here in Troy. Quinnipiac defeating RPI 3-1. So Quinnipiac moves up to technically first place. They'll have 8 points. RPI has 8 points. but RPI has 2 losses. Quinnipiac has none.
Yeah, so it's tie, and Quinnipiac also had 2 more games, or RPI has played 2 more games than Quinnipiac, but they also tie in this, and therefore by having the win, they also win the tiebreak either way. So, and also they have less games. So.
Seth Appert, as he was heading off the ice, had some words from one of the referees. Obviously unhappy, and
probably the blown off call.
The goal that wasn't
everything.
That was reversed is probably what it is, and obviously he probably got an explanation from the official, so he has a better idea than we do of why the call was reversed, because we've probably come up with half a dozen reasons, one way or the other, why the goal or not goal should be called the way it is, and we're not sure ourselves why it was reversed entirely.
Yeah, it's tough. We just see the call, whether it's a goal or if a goal scored or not, called off. That's all we have at this point.
And we were seeing the replays here. I mean, we were looking at them, but again,
too many events that happen. We just couldn't really put it together because it's just so many combinations of outcomes there. So,
but if you're looking at this, I would say RPI was the underdog in today's game.
Yeah, I would agree.
They played tight with Quinnipiac. Again. Maybe there was or was not a second goal. We don't know for RPI.
Right, yeah.
It was a tight game, but you also saw where it was tough for RPI to generate chances for a lot of this game.
Yeah.
Tough getting in front of the net, tough getting some good clear shots off. Shots are only 24-21 in Quinnipiac's favor. It was not a high shot total. A lot of block shots both ways.
Yeah, not a large differential in that respect too. I have to agree. I think RPI came out pretty well defensively against Quinnipiac, also with block shots and that sort. But it's just defensive breakdowns. Kind of, especially with that second goal going to Quinnipiac. I think it was just a bit poor choice, and we're going to dump the puck and getting that puck out. And I mean, it's just for 3 minutes when you're trying to get it out and only get into neutral ice. Quinnipiac knows they're going to get it right back in, and you're just not going to be able to change. And there, it's just like when you have, you're letting the team take 3 total shots, 2 going off rebounds, and you're not physically taking out the guy or getting rid of that puck out of there. He's eventually going to get it, if it keeps coming back to him. And then that would gives the Quinnipiac the second, 2-1 lead. But, I think as an engineer, you kind of from here look at that called off goal, and, that if that did count, it probably would have changed everything from this, and I would probably have seen this go into OTs. You kind of see how the whole game progressed, just for 30 minutes of just absolute, scoreless hockey. And just a lot of puck battle in the corners and just nothing really happening. But then it goes the other way. You get a empty net goal, 3-1. I would say this game was a lot closer than just the 3-1, the score.
If you're an RPI fan, this game was much better. I mean, the game I remember last year was the one in Hamden where it was 3-0 after 1 and RPI was done. And they were toast last year. They were not coming back at 3-1, at 3-0 after 1 against Quinnipiac. And this is a much better game against Quinnipiac tonight than they played last year. And that's what you need. It doesn't mean you're going to win every game, but you need to play a better game than you did previously. And RPI did that tonight. Did they play? Was it possible for RPI to win tonight's game? Yes.
Yeah.
They didn't, but it was possible for them to win tonight's game, whereas last year down in Hamden, it was basically not possible for them to win the way the game was being played. But tonight was a possible win. They didn't come out up in front. I still think this is a team, RPI, that's going to struggle for scoring chances. We think we saw that tonight. Obviously, Quinnipiac has a very solid defense. That's part of the issue there. Harvard had a very good defense when they got shut out 4-0. RPI, except for the Bentley shutout, really, when they've been having trouble scoring in games, they're up against a very good defense, so they have trouble cracking. And they, at the moment, don't seem to have the ability to force their way through in those kinds of circumstances. But they did play close enough to win this one.
Yeah.
And they just didn't come out on top.
I think, you can kind of go back to the Bentley, the one, at least for the one Saturday, but you saw a huge defensive breakdown. For this one here, I saw a lot better defense, and I think they tried to play as best as they could. I think offensively, they just couldn't really make something happen, probably because due to the Quinnipiac's good defense. But RPI has a lot to work on, especially the power play and communication, passing, and just just knowing where to be and just anticipating each other's moves, and that's just all that kind of team chemistry. I feel
the power play
it's
was rough tonight.
Yeah, I mean 0 for 5, right?
Well, they were 0 for 5, and it wasn't a good 0 for 5. I mean, sometimes you can be 0 for 5 and you ran into some bad luck, but you had strong power plays. They didn't have strong power plays tonight. RPI did not.